Hey, welcome back. So I think last episode we revisited both Felt's Tattoo Parlor and Smoldering Corpse Bar. I had a longer discussion with Candre this time, just refreshing my memory of the planes and how different planes flow into each other, etc.
Done.
We took down the Mercy Killers here. Apparently, they were waiting for us. We were the criminal that they were waiting for. Somehow, they didn't recognize us the first time, but second time through, they noticed that we were the person. Okay, so I think I have a bunch of stuff written down that we have to yet finish. So, uh, gathering us. Let's quickly visit Gathering Dust Bar. I don't think there's anything new there. I don't think the NPCs there would have anything new to say. But with our full party, let's visit them again
Done.
and see if there's anything new, just in case. I can't think of any other establishments here which might be of interest, but we'll go around the hive once, just checking everything. So, where is it? It's here, I guess.
Done.
Okay. Okay. So there was a person here. Yeah, there's this awaiting death person whom we kind of annoyed last time, so he's not talking to us anymore. That's fine.
All right.
There were a couple of dustmen here trying to recruit people to sign their contracts. Gravesand was one of them. Traveler, Motai smiles as he sees you. We meet again, and how may I help you this fine Sicilian day? He looks hopeful. Come to sign the contract, perhaps? Hmm. I had some questions. Of course, Motai notes. It would be my pleasure to answer any questions you have. Tell me, contract. Can you tell me about some of the patrons here? Of course, which of the patrons you wish to know? Awaiting death. Sere. Initiate Emmerich. Old Coprise. Old Coprise. Hmm. Let me walk through this area. I'll skip the recording since it's probably going to be just all dialogue. But I just want to make sure that there's nothing new here. So I'll skip ahead. Yeah, there's nothing new here. Let's move on. Anything else interesting? Mausoleum? I don't think we ever
I'm
visited
gone.
Mausoleum. Can we enter this place? Oh, that's right. We can't really enter this place. There isn't a door to it. Yeah, we can't go inside. So that's why we now visit that place. Open tomb. What are these? Anier's house. Oh, we can enter open tomb? What the hell? Oh, it's this place. This is where we got out. Like, this is where we got out. This is the place we portaled into using the help from that fake zombie. And then we could get out. This sarcophagus appears to have been here for centuries. There's no lid. The exterior seems to be made of solid stone. This brazier has long since run dry of oil, only ashes remain. Fine, fine. I think something
I'm
interesting we
gone.
can check out would be the post. Because now, since you are familiar with the surroundings, maybe the entries in the post make sense. This filthy-looking corpse is in sad shape. Its shoulders are slumped and one of its legs is broken, causing it to lean on one side. Stains covered from its head to toe. Judging from the smell and texture, the stains run from rotten fruit to mud and bird droppings. To add to the indignity, graffiti has been carved into its body, and several notices have been nailed into its chest, back, and head. I thought I was in bad shape. Don't all those nails are. Examine the corpse, examine graffiti and notices. Use stories won't tell ability on corpse. Okay, let's try that. This corpse makes no reply. It looks like it's too far gone to answer any of your questions. Examine graffiti and notices. A number of leaflets have been ruined by rain, but some of them are still legible. One tag to his back is from something called the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. One on his forehead looks like a bill of fare for a restaurant. One on his chest looks like an official notice. Another appears to be some sort of want ad. Um, Office of Vermin and Disease Control, to those high citizens wishing gainful employ with the most honorable, generous sigil government. Yeah, you can see the spelling mistakes. Inquire forthwith at the Office of Vermin and Disease Control to help stem plague of brain rats. Okay. Bounty is paid. It's progressively becoming worse. Bounty is paid. Copper given for each random capitalization. Copper given for each rat tail brought. Tails must be genuine and from rat only. No cat, dog, or fiend tail accepted. Oof. Official service office several streets south and west of Mortuary Gate in Lower High. Ask for official inspector in charge, the respected Phineas T. Lord. I forgot what this is. Now, what that number is. Disease control. Office of Vermin and Disease Control. The post. A zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the southwest. A moment later, the arm falls to its side with the thumb. Other notices. Bill of fare. Someone has posted a bill of fare from the gathering dust bar, but the bill of fare cannot be read as the words smoldering corpse bar have been scrawled in charcoal over the bill. Smoldering corpse bar is towards the south. I wonder if this would work with other notices. It's fine. Official notice, public notice, by the order of the Judiciary Council and in accordance with citizenry of sigil, let be known those defacing a registered servant of the testament, either by graffiti, malicious attack, or by posting notices, will constitute felonious assault, and the perpetrator will be answerable for vandalism of such. Why are they capitalizing every other word? Not every other word, but everything other than smaller words like of, the, by, etc. is just capitalized randomly. By order of the Hall of Speakers. Okay. Wanted. Wanted. Able-bodied person willing to investigate a matter of the utmost importance to the Desmond cause will offer suitable compensation upon successful completion of said task. Interested parties inquire with initiate Norwich gathering dust bar. Okay. So I think we have encountered the follow through of all of these notices. We have went to Office of Vermin and Disease Control. Bill of Fare just points us to the smoldering corpse bar, which immediately we know gathering dust bar exists right here, but then the name smoldering corpse bar is also introduced, especially since it has two of our NPCs, two of our companions, which we can recruit. So game is pointing that out pretty early on, just outside the mortuary, and people keep dropping the name smoldering corpse as you talk to random NPCs and citizens. And Wandad is for one of the side quests within Gathering the Bar. I think we have completed this side quest. Emmerich is the one who wanted to know about Farod. Noroj had something else. I forgot what it was. Let me quickly search the journal to see what Noroj. Noro. Come on. No. Really? All right. It's not here. I'm typing the right spelling, right? Noro. Yeah, it's probably the right spelling. Noro. I forgot what that was. But yeah, that's all the locations that the post is pointing to. Shailendra skip. Okay. Now let's head to what's the next location that's interesting?
All right.
Oh God. I had to remove that. Delete. Kutra's warehouse. Okay. Don't think we have anything here. Let's head to lower ward. I think we'll check for our establishment in the lower ward because a coffin pillow. I had a hint saying that a coffin pillow could be found in one of the establishments, and supposedly it's somewhere in the lower ward. I mean, there's only so many places it can be, right? It's either lower ward or clerk's ward. I don't think it's in one of the high locations. So let's head to lower ward and see if any of the buildings there make sense as an establishment, because I really want to pursue the quest for Dreambuilder.
All right.
Oh, it's daytime. That's a nice change. Uh, there's a foundry, warehouse, print shop, siege tower, wrecked house, marketplace. Do you think we should visit the wrecked house once more? We haven't met. We had a very brief conversation with Lothar, even though he seemed like someone who has a lot of knowledge. Maybe talking to him after having been to
I'm
Ravel,
gone.
it's a good idea. But he's not present here. What the hell? Did you die, Lothar? Ah, there he is. Okay, you again. What do you want from old Lothar now? I have given you your skull front, and your answers. I warn you, I have all day to attend to you. His gaze falls on you with the force of a sledgehammer. I just want to talk to you some more. He stares at you coolly with a small motion, and you find yourself gone. Okay, he doesn't.
I'm gone.
What a rude man. It's like he's too busy. He's just standing around in his little room, you know. Isn't doing anything else. Let's go try to talk to him again. Some more questions answered. Keep it quick, Scarred One. I cannot tarry all day. Ravel Paswell, Immortal, lost my memory, wish to avail healing powers. Okay, there are no new questions. Why am I immortal again? Immortality or soul, if you will, that which allows you to die, live and die, is gone from you. It was stripped from you by magical means, by the night hag Ravel Paswell. Your mortality is a key to your existence, and when you find it, you'll find your answers. Who? Ravel Paswell is an enigma even among the night hags. Some would call her balmy, others say she plays a deeper game than any can see through. She's evil through and through, making fiends, and you'll see in the area seem positively divine when making the fiends you see in the area seem positively divine when compared to her. She is out of reach of men now. Thank the powers, for she was mazed by Lady of Pain. Mazed? How do I find her? What did she do? She was the maker of toys and puzzles, a solver of problems that didn't need solving. She decided that sigil, the cage, was the largest puzzle box of all, and set herself to undo it, to let in the armies of fiends at her disposal, no doubt, to upset the balance of the city and turn the entire burg into a charnel house. Pray to any powers you hold dear with thanks. She did not succeed. Okay, so we did have a brief mention about how Ravel is obsessed with solving puzzles, you know. And this time he just presumed that she wanted to wreak havoc on Sigil, just cause. But according to Ravel, it was just because she felt sympathetic towards Lady being trapped in such a city, trying to maintain it, and that was no freedom at all in her eyes, and she wanted to free Lady. But obviously, Lady has her own complications, it seems. Hopefully, we'll find that out towards the end of the story, what this lady person is. Right. Some more questions. Memory, immortal. Mazed? How do I find her? Mazes are like pocket dimensions, small places between places. To reach one, you need to find a portal and a key. I do not know where the door or the key are. Perhaps you should seek some of your old acquaintances. You have certainly left a trail of them behind. They'll find you, no doubt. Pray they mean you well. Perhaps you should visit Civic Vestal. There are many answers there. Okay. My thanks,
Done.
Lothar. I'll see you
What's up?
around. I'll visit you again.
Sure, why not?
And I know you. What
All
has his
right.
friends hanging out in the shelf? We didn't talk to them.
I'm gone.
Marketplace. Marketplace could be an establishment. Let's. I don't know, but it's a collection of people, right?
All
It's not a
right.
single establishment. So it's a bit odd. Do you have a coffin pillow? Stone gullet of Lafal the Gross. The gurgling stone gullet of Lafal the Gross is not as well known as most artifacts tend to be. No wars have been waged over it, no betrayals, no epic journeys. As legend goes, Lafal the Gross was said to have been a promising practitioner of the art, a sorcerer's apprentice to one of the last seers of Essenon. Despite his skill at art, however, his gluttony was subject of much ridicule among his peers. Lafal was needed to dine. Elixir consumes great amounts of food, however, diluted the poison effect. Complaining of a stomachache hours after the piece, the local. Okay, finally died. His stomach was removed. Since then, wondered what the planes search of new stomachs. To use the artifact, one must consume it. It has the consistency of stale bread. So, doing so will turn the eater's stomach into stone gullet. Devouring the stone gullet of Lafal will grant the user's blessing of stone and rock and slight resistance to acid. Stomach acid. Leather apron. Products of the inconceivable. Oh, I sold it to him a long time ago. Sadistic brain. When used, this item causes an attacker to feel the same pain and hurt that he has inflicted upon the user. Why would we do that though? Is it just a joke item or do we have a use for it? Because if it was different, if it was like if it had the opposite effect, it would have been nice. We equip it and anybody who harms us will get harmed themselves. Maybe that is what it does. Because it doesn't specify that attacker means the person holding the frame. I don't know if the attacker. No, the. It's the okay. Okay, it works exactly as I like the opposite of what I imagined. When used, this item causes an attacker to feel the same pain and hurt that he has inflicted upon the user. Okay, so this must be something nice that we can give to more. You know, I don't know if more. Oh, we can only. It has a limited number of users. That's fine. Magus Guard, Lord Charm. Done. Toothless Grin, I'd like to see your wares. Wares? Nothing. Let us sell off some of our items. Oh, we can just sell these off because we can't really use them, you know. Hard grinder, shall we just sell off our hard grinder? At least Celestial Fire we can sell off, honestly. Military pick, I would like to identify a military pick. Summons 1/3 more drone constructs. This magical rod allows the user to summon more drone constructs to do battle with his enemies. From 1 to 3 constructs, the constructs will fight fearlessly to death. Okay. Doesn't say anything else. This magical rod allows the user to summon more drone constructs to do battle. Use put away. Let's put it away. Do you have anything else? No, nameless one. Don't be weird, nameless one. Just talk to. Alright. See your wares. Wares. Done. Let's go to the next person. Cinder. Do you have some? All male living creatures with intelligence greater than 4 in the range of spell must make a saving throw as a spell or get -2 to their attack, -2 to AC, and -2 to their damage rolls for 5 seconds per level of the caster. That sounds powerful. What is man? What man does not feel their body filled with burning shame and mocked by women? Fill the ears of your enemies with derisive scorn of women's laughter. Their body shall become. This is a very specific item though, since it's depending on like male living creatures, and we may be facing like shadows and other horrors when we go to the fortress of regrets, so it might not be useful. How much does it cost? It's just 450. We can get it and learn it, it's no big deal. I think that's it for the shop here. It's Laszlo, someone we can talk to. City of Sigil, yellow skin, no. Those are the only important shops. There's one for random like healing items and charms, and there's one for weapons and one for spells. That's it. Warehouse, print shop, siege tower. Let's go to the warehouse. Ask around if they have a coffin pillow.
I'll take him. I'll take him.
Done.
I think I have visited this place after getting the Dreambuilder though. The Dreambuilder quest. So it does not make sense to... I'd like to claim something. Bag of coins. Okay, just answer some questions. Claim something. Store something. No, farewell. Farewell. Doesn't look like a... Okay, is that a coffin? That's not a coffin. This crate bears a symbol of a skull and has a slogan, "Engineered for Eternity," engraved on it. Strangely shaped container with secure binding sealing it. What could be in it? Is that a coffin with a pillow inside? Don't think so. Unfortunately, I think we are kind of stumped with this quest. Lena. I don't need anything.
I am Valor as you command.
Gone.
Okay. There's a print shop and oh god, there's a coffin maker right here. Sneaky little. I hate going into the print shop, by the way. That's why I'm just glad that it's not the print shop we can visit next. Okay, do we have a pillow, Mr. Coffin Maker?
I'm gone.
Maybe I can find one in your coffin. No. Hammer smiles at you. Good day again, Cutter. Did you get the plants you were looking for? Yes, I've dealt with the situation at the warehouse and got the tomb plants. Oh, so since we got the tomb plants from him earlier, and we visited the tomb afterwards, or whatever, we had the knowledge of what's in our tomb. We could continue the same conversation with him, and this is the follow-up to that conversation. Yes, I've dealt with the situation at the warehouse and got the tomb plants.
Updated my journal.
2000 XP. Okay, that's pretty low for our level. We should have completed it long ago. He smiles and nods. Well done, Cutter. As said, You may keep whatever you discovered from the warehouse as your reward. Thanks for your help. I have some questions. I need to buy a coffin pillow. Father died. Who's your friend here? Can you tell me what is ward? Can you tell me what the city of sigil? Okay. Who's your friend here? He glances at the customer. Dimitri? He shrugs, like he didn't consider the fellow there before. Quiet. Doesn't say much, do you, Dimitri? Dimitri doesn't respond, but simply gives the same blank expression. A few seconds later, he nods. Ambrose shrugs, turns back to you. Wandered in one day a few weeks back, been a regular ever since. Hasn't bought anything, but he doesn't cause any trouble, so I let him say. Seems harmless enough, you see. When I was serving Harmonium, part of our work was to take people under our wing. Give them a little shelter from the chaos of the streets. Get them spruced. I don't remember if we broke this to him last time. This Dimitri was set up here by a by a mage somewhere down the street, I think, because this guy talks forever, and at least once Dimitri is here, he has someone to like vent his drivel on. So, and even the Subi is like growing a consciousness after like being subjected to like his constant speaking. You could draw, yeah. This is an interesting, funny situation. You do know that he's a zombie, don't you? He frowns, glances at Dimitri, then back at you. What nonsense are you rattling about? Dimitri is no zombie. Uh, zombie. Sure, he may be quiet and doesn't move much, but it's just because he's a good listener. Punch Dimitri. Look, Dimitri is a zombie. I don't want to do this, but you know, just for the just to see what happens. Let's see. Amos looks at you in shock. What in the harmonium's name are you? You cut Dimitri off. You cuff Dimitri on the skull hard. He doesn't even blink. Amos turns red and starts bellowing. You've gone too far. I won't have you striking my customers. I'm placing you under arrest by the authority of Harmonium. He stops and stares in wonder as Dimitri still fails to react. He's a zombie, Hammers. Hammers stares at Dimitri in confusion. I wonder how he died. You get the feeling that Hammers just isn't getting it. Just the other day, you get the feeling that Hammers just isn't getting it. Just the other day, he seemed quite lively. He harums, for once, at a loss for words. Well, it looks like old Dimitri will need a coffin. Good thing he ended up here. Thing is, what kind of coffin should... He looks like he's going to begin a lecture. Okay. I don't remember if we pursued that last time. That dialogue tree last time. We probably didn't punch Dimitri. I need to buy a coffin pillow. He nods at you. Ah, you're here to purchase then. Assure you what I do is a labor of love. The real value of my profession is in the building of coffin. In doing it and doing it well. It is an act of perfectly ordered creation. Every piece must fit just so for the betterment of the whole. It's much like a metaphor of the harmonium philosophy. We create order and it is beauty. I just need a pillow. He nods at you again. I need 50 coppers for the basic boards used in the construction, though the expense doesn't cover the time. Usually, it's either whitewashed or painted some color of the person's choosing. The boards themselves are usually a 16 handspan thick, maybe even thicker depending on the nature of the corpse. Whether it's a human being buried or not, or whether they're just worried the person might get back up again. He laughs. I just need a pillow. He nods at you again. Some prefer Bitopian pine, which is fine and traditional, but I prefer the heavy Arborean oak materials simply because they have a good weight about them. Even a 20th inch of the oak is stronger than a 16th of a handspan of pine. He pauses for a moment. I said I just need a pillow. He nods at you. From there, I may need about a score multiplied by a score of steel. A score multiplied by a score of steel wood screws. Gauge about 8 by 1 and a quarter inch or so. Lots of shop around here carry them. Not a big deal to acquire them. Do you want me to get them or will you get them? I'll also need some sort of metal pins for securing the interior lining. Best to pick them up with a bunch. Then there's a matter of patterns and corner blocks, depending on how you wish to do it. Are you listening to me? I said I just need a pillow. Yeah, he's talking about a coffin. We don't need the coffin, but that's not getting through to him. He places his hand on his chin, and although I usually let the natural wood speak the color of the coffin for itself, sometimes the person commissioning it wants it painted special or engraved. Uh, I don't usually do the finer work for that, though I am skilled. but contract it out. He paused for a breath. And the handles alone are another matter entirely. Sai, what about the handles? If you don't shut up and give me a pillow, I'm going to hit you hard. What about the handles? This is such a relatable and funny. It's a scene from a movie. You can see it. Big thing handles. Everything about the handles depend on how the coffin is to be carried. You got skilled men carrying the coffin at shoulder height. Don't even need to worry about the handle. Professional pallbearers never use them, see? If you got your family and friends carrying the coffin, then handles are necessary. You'll need some rope handles or even metal handles. He gives you a satisfied look. That's fine and all, but I came in here for a pillow. Do you have any? Let me give you an example. I think the most beautiful coffin I'd ever seen was this one of... Okay, I didn't know that his condition was this extreme. Nothing seems to be getting through to him. After that, like, initial impetus, everything else is just like washing over him. It's just like flowing past him. It's not going through him. Let me give you an example. I think the most beautiful coffin I've ever seen was this one of clear pine. I don't know where they managed to get it, whether from a place in Bytopia or elsewhere. Anyway, it was pegged to it was pegged together carefully and trimmed with this beautiful run of redwood. The effect was somewhat ruined by the crude amounts of thick hemp rope that surrounded the affair. Surely something was needed for the pallbearers to hold on to, but to ruin the entire beauty of the coin with such badly worn rope? Hamlet shakes his head. I'm sure this is fascinating and all, but I just want a pillow. Developers are yeah, they're having a fun time while writing this. Then there's a matter of measurements. They can be tricky, and I try and do it myself, since occasionally a client will neglect to inform me as to the race of the deceased or forget something like the hip width. Very important indeed. Also, if the client is still alive, I try and make precautions that the client fill out before they die, he pauses. Then there's the construction itself. I try and make precautions should the client fill out before they die, Okay. So if we are like preemptively ordering a coffin for ourselves, I guess that's the situation. And if we like become we gain weight before we die, then he accounts for that, making sure that there is a little bit more room in case we are a bit more fatter when we die. And there's the construction itself. There's many different ways of attaching the sides and the ends to the floor of the coffin. Attaching the sides and ends to the floor of the coffin and to each other. Some use internal battens or corner blocks with plenty of wood screws to secure it in place. You can also do the fiend's tooth method, just cut alternating tongues and recesses all along the edges to be joined so that they fit together, like a fiend's jaw. Okay, this is like a dovetail joint or something, but in Planescape setting, it's the fiend's jaw. That's the joint there. Requires a little more work and precision, but the result is neat and very strong. He pauses to breathe once again. Ambrose, this is interesting stuff, to be honest. I'm glad that I can read all of this in a very chill setting. Then there's a lid. The lid's gonna need a rim or lip around its edge, made from a strip of wood pinned to the box or carved around the edge itself. Once you have some pilot holes drilled into the main box, then drill in the screws on top of the lid, maybe half a handspan apart. You get the impression that he's not going to stop talking now. Stopping now that he's on a roll. Okay, so now we have to stop. If you don't shut up and give me a pillow, I'm going to hit you hard. You think you finally got his attention. He frowns at you with a confused look on his face. Pardon? I said I need a coffin pillow, that's all, just a pillow. Do you have any? He looks relieved and smiles. A pillow? Ah, I thought you might need the entire coffin. He puts his hands on his chin again. I'm so sorry, but I'm out of stock on pillows right now. I don't know when I'll have them again. What with the warehouse being closed and all. Yes, you mentioned a problem. What was that about again? Yes, the warehouse where I store goods is having internal problems of some sort. New management or some such nonsense. I haven't been able to replenish my stock of late. The Harmony would never let things get so out of hand as to cause distress to his customers. His voice fades away as he thinks and then looks at you. Perhaps you would look into the matter for me? I guess I don't have a choice if I want a pillow. I'll do it.
Updated my journal.
He smiles broadly. Excellent. If you deal with this issue satisfactorily, you may have the pillow for free. He gets that lecture look on his face again. That may not seem like sufficient payment, but let me tell you about the construction of those pillows. No, thank you. I'll get started on this right away. Farewell. Okay, so now we can try to talk to that floating skull
All right.
in the vault of the ninth world and see what their issue is.
I wanna go. I want to
No, no, no,
All
nameless
right.
one. No, it's not how we do it. Twice welcome to the vault of the ninth world. How may I serve you on this fine day? Like to claim something? I'm here to retrieve a pillow for Amorous, a coffin maker. A pillow? I could certainly use a pillow. A big stone pillow. Here's a pillow, Master. Here's a pillow, Master Hammer's, and good luck sleeping with it. Can I get you anything else? No, thanks. Farewell. Farewell. We at the Vault of the ninth world value your business. Please return. Yeah, farewell. Dream pillow. This small embroidered pillow came from a coffin in the coffin maker's establishment. Oh, it says it came from the coffin maker's establishment, which isn't true. It came from the warehouse. I met with Hamlet and told him I got the tomb plans. For once, he didn't have much to say. It seems there was some sort of trouble at the warehouse. If I want a coffin pillow, I'm going to have to find out what it is and take care of it. We didn't have to though. We just requested the coffin pillow, and he just gave it back. Maybe that's the issue here. If anybody can walk in there and like ask for a thing back, and they presume that it's the right person. They even called us Master Hammers, right? Maybe that's why they are running out of business, because people are like retrieving things that don't belong to them. Do you have anything to say? Hammer smiles at you. Good day again, Cutter. Do you get the pillow you were looking for? Yes, I've dealt with the trouble at the warehouse and got the pillow.
My journal.
He smiles and nods. Well done, Cutter. As I said, you may keep whatever you recovered from the warehouse as your reward. Thanks for your help. Okay, I'm not sure if there was something more to that quest as to what was happening in the warehouse, and we somehow missed it or didn't understand it, because yeah, it's referred as the issue in the warehouse, and we supposedly solved that issue, but all we did was ask for the pillow, and they just handed it to us.
I'm gone. All right.
So let's talk to Nikhil Sander again. I don't really like this guy. He's too pompous. No, not pompous. He's just too prideful and like disrespectful towards everyone else. I just need one more item from you, and we can begin the final process of the Dreambuilder. I need a pillow that has lain inside a coffin. It will simulate sleep so profound that you may as well be dead. It opens your mind to the emanations of the Dreambuilder. It is, if I say so myself, a touch of inspiration on my part. I have the pillow for you. Let's get on with it.
Updated my journal.
Anytime you're ready for the dream key, scarred man, give the word and I'll pass it to you. Give me the key. He poses as if gathering errant thoughts. Close your eyes and stretch out your hands, he says. You have to feel this key before you see it, or it won't function. Okay, do as he says. 16,000 XP. You feel a touch in the palm of your calloused hand. At first you can barely feel it, but it rapidly grows in solidity in moments, until you finally hear Sander's voice. Open your eyes. When you do, you see a simple black feather in the palm of your hands. My work is finished, Sander notes. You set key on the leftmost door of the foundry, and the Dreambuilder will open to you. I must go now. I have work to attend to. A feather? All that work for a feather?
Updated my journal.
It's a final safeguard on the Dreambuilder sword. Do you think I'd want just anyone waltzing in? I ain't stupid. Do you want something else? Or can I get back to work now? Go back to work with my thanks, I suppose. Right. Oh, he's running away. Run away to your work. Is that? No, that is not. I don't know why I imagine. I think it was him. He was running away. He was running towards the secret project they were building, I guess. He was delayed because he was trying to finish up the Dreambuilder project, but now he's free We can return to work.
All right.
He went in here. Let's just assume he went there. Alright, let's go. Oh wait, okay, quick load, because I want to read the description for the feather. Dream key. This is a simple black feather used to operate a Dreambuilder in the Great Foundry. Okay.
I'm gone.
Go inside. Okay, this looks like... Okay, music is different. No, it's the same. Dreambuilder, you find yourself standing under a hangman's noose. A gravelly voice cackles out of the darkness. You dream again. You dream again? Again. Okay. This looks like Sandos's room, right? Sandor, the guy who's on the forgot his name. The important person who's on who's upstairs in the foundry. Just behind, if you go to the stairs behind Nihil, you reach his room. It's maybe just the same model and not the same room. Or maybe we are just dreaming already. I don't know. You find yourself standing under Hangman's noose. A gravelly voice cackles out of the darkness. You dream again. Again? Your body seems strangely light and airy, like you've lost control of it, like the winds blow you where they will. End dialogue. Oh, we are in Ravel's Mist. Dreambuilder, you find yourself floating through a maze of twisted plants and black barbs that tear at your insubstantial body. Okay, so we could have reached here. I don't know if it depends on like if the sequence of places that we are going to visit or whatever sequence that we're going to go through right now. I don't know if it will be influenced by our prior experience. Probably not. So we might have seen this room before we reach travel if we unlock the dream builder before talking to her. But right now we know where it is, where this is. You find yourself floating through a maze of twisted plants and black barbs that tear at your insubstantial body. Creatures of nightmare pull themselves from the ground and walls and rip at your flesh. Their furious attack drives you into unconsciousness. Triggers. Okay. You're having a very wild dream. You're standing in front of a tower of skulls that babbles at you, but you can't understand the words. A clattering behind you distracts you, and you see a battalion of fiends rushing you. Okay. I don't know, like both of these situations already happened, right? So I'm it would have been, yeah, I'll once the game's finished, I'll probably check to see the sequence differs based on our experience or if it's always the same. If it's the same, then this is like an eerie foreshadowing of things to come, right? We wouldn't know. Let's see, maybe we'll see some parts of the Fortress of Regrets. Oh, you're standing in the maze again. The stench of death surrounds you. You know you've killed all of them. The cackling voice breaks in once again. Oh, my pretty little puzzle, you've killed these, and so many more that I've lost count of them all. You are stricken mute and cannot reply. It's interesting that we are termed as the little puzzle, pretty little puzzle. So she might have recognized. See, Ravel's main obsession is puzzles, right? Like unsolvable situations that she finds an obsession towards and like tries to solve. And like I assume Nameless One and her obsession with him was a separate thing entirely, not related to her primary passion of solving puzzles. I'm being reductive in saying it as solving puzzles, but you get it right. So this sentence kind of puts a new spin to it, as if our nature and the changing of our nature and things like whatever mystery is inside Nameless One, his story, that might have puzzled Ravel, and that might have resulted in her obsession, not just as being a pretty charming person. So that's a neat little thing that we got just because, or a line of thought that we could have only because we visited the dream builder. So I'm yeah, I'm glad that I did this because it puts a spin on Ravel. Already she's a fascinating character, but it kind of uh it makes her a bit more elegant in a sense that her secondary obsession was also kind of part of her primary obsession. I don't know. Come to me, my puppet. Come to ravel in her black barb maze. Come dream with me. Okay, shake yourself awake. That's it. Okay. Let's go to the journal screen. Finally finished that damnable Dreambuilder quest. What I received for it was a feather. This is supposed to be the key that unlocks the door to dreams. I hope it'll be worth the trouble. Okay, so if you look, go to the quest. Apparently that quest is finished. So let's search for Dreambuilder. Help complete the Dreambuilder in the Great Foundry. Sandra's given me the key of the dreams. All I need to do now is walk through the door. Let's see if it results in a different dream. No, the thing is we can only do it once because we lost that item already. You know? So maybe this is just the one dream that we can see. And I don't know what that dream adds to the whole. This is a pretty long quest with multiple stages, right? So and it just gives us a very small, like there are like 3 scenes. That's it. And if it happened before we visited the Pillar of Skulls and the Black Barb Maze, then it's like a window into the things into places we are going to visit, like a glimpse of places we are going to visit. That would have been fascinating if it happened before we went there. But after having gone there, if it's just those 3 scenes, I'm wondering what the quest adds. Obviously for me it's still worthwhile because I feel even more connected to Ravel. But that's not something that many would pick up, or I don't know. I was wondering if it had something more. But that's fine. Let's see if there's anything new here. No.
All right.
Miguel Sander isn't here. Go out, nameless one. Come on. Let's visit Sandoz once again to see if he has any dialogue. Sandor. Forget his name.
Done. I'm gone.
I owe you my life, stranger. I won't forget it, but right now I have something to do. I hope you'll forgive me for not talking. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so now I think we'll find a calm and quiet place and talk to Baylor because I want to pursue his dialogue, and also try to talk to Far From Grace to see if we can unlock her diary or proceed any further of her dialogue choices. She keeps talking about a secret, right? Not a secret, that she has secrets and she'll keep to herself. So we'll look at that too.
I'm gone.
Which is a nice silent place with no noises. Maybe we can do it inside the warehouse. There's all the market noises outside, so I prefer to do it somewhere it's quieter. Right. Let me make a bigger save too. Right, Velo. Velo stands still and unmoving. Were it not for the flickering red lights of his eyes, he would seem but a statue. I want to ask you some questions, Velo. What are Messi killer? What? You say you serve justice, Velo. How? How long were you imprisoned? How did you die? You say you can see the hearts of others, Velo. How? All I see is judge. I may look at the heart and mind of another and know them. The eye of justice sees through me. Okay. Apart from case, Minari are born from chaos. They care nothing for justice. The succubus knows of justice, but she has turned from it. Mercy has laid roots in her heart. She cares. In caring, she has become weak. Okay. Let me ask about someone else. Yourself. I am Valor. I am a mercy killer. My actions speak my heart. That's not what I asked. There's a heavy silence, but Valor does not break it. His ember eyes match your gaze without a flicker. I asked what you see when you look at yourself. What do you see when you judge yourself, Valor? I do not judge myself. I am a mercy killer. My actions speak my heart. My will is justice's will. So you are beyond justice? I serve justice. I am never beyond justice. Nothing is beyond justice. Then take a look at yourself, Valor. What do the eyes of justice see when it looks at its servant? The embers in Valor's eyes suddenly go black. There's a terrible silence in the air. Just when you are beginning to wonder if Valor's eyes will relight, there's a flare. You are forced to shield your eyes. Valor. I am Valor. I am a mercy killer. My actions speak my heart. I am justice's servant. But, Valor, what did you see when... Before you can speak, you feel a strange crawling sensation warming through the back of your skull, and the words pause at the edge of your tongue. You know that if you press the issue, you will be awakening something in Valor, something dangerous. But, Valor, what did you see when you looked inward? I am not found wanting. Where mercy lives, I shall kill it. Where compassion poisons the heart, I shall bleed it from its victim. Where liars and betrayers of truth foster lies, where liars and betrayers of truth foster lies, I shall answer their lies with justice's blade. Oh, sorry. But what I asked was, who are you to question a servant of justice? You are nothing. You are a shell. I will now search your heart. We shall see if you are found wanting. Dude, calm down. But as Velo's burning eyes fall upon you, you feel them tearing at your skin, blistering it, then peeling it back. But there is no pain. We already went through it. Succumb to the memory. The burning red eyes grow brighter to almost blinding. Then you are facing Velo, but where there was a hollow space before, there is flesh. A scarred, ebony-skinned man glares from beneath the helmet. A scarred, ebony-skinned man glares from beneath the helmet, his eyes like fires as he regards you. The armor is gleaming and his face is locked in fury. He has come for you. You have found me, Valor. You have traveled a long way. Yeah, we've seen this. You've seen this memory. Okay, wait. Justice will meet you. When you walk, you leave a trail of suffering. The man's voice rumbles, but there is no echo. None of Valor's spectral voice. Just angry and fury and flesh and blood. He is dangerous, but there is no spectral force. Only a man. You have defeated many such men. I will see you brought before the Sicilian courts and punished. If you deny it, then say it, and I shall judge you. I deny it. Judge me. Then I shall judge you. Judge me? Velo's eyes burn and he grips his axe tightly, the muscle cords in his neck and arm tightening as he begins to swing it, slowly, menacingly. You have no right to judge me. Yes, I have, Velo, for I know your heart, and my power gives me the right to judge you. But I shall not judge you now. You must rest within this cage until the day I can set you free to walk the plains once more. As your incarnation says the word cage, Velo's gaze suddenly turns from you to the surrounding walls. It's a walls of a cursed prison. Okay. I alluded you up to this point, Valor. Why do you think I agreed to meet you here? Do you think I was surrendering or wish to fight you? No. This is the gate of cursed, Valor. It borders a prison plane of carcery, where even gods are held prisoners. You are powerful, Valor, but the energies of this place allow even the mightiest to be caged here. Valor turns, but some of the fires has died in his eyes. This is treachery. Treachery has run through this place like veins. And it is that treachery that lends me the strength for this enchantment. That is why I was forced to meet you here in Curse. I can leave this cell, Valor, but until I come for you, you cannot. Your crusade for justice is truly remarkable, but it will not be forgotten. But it will be forgotten, and perhaps in time, even justice will forget you. You go beyond denying yourself justice, but you are denying my crusade, Echo. I know of your mission, but that will have to wait until I am done with my mission. This is the second time you have found me and attempted to judge me. I will not allow it to happen a third time. Okay. So this crusade may be important. Hopefully we can ask about that crusade once we are out of this memory. Velo says nothing. Never have you sounded so final. You are pronouncing a terrible judgment on him. A judgment that carries no justice at all. I am immortal, Valor, but you are a strange one. Justice has touched you, and the justice may be more powerful than whatever it is that sustains me. Still, take heart. I do not wish you to die. Perhaps one day I will have need for someone who has the power to kill me. So here you will remain until I come for you. The memory blackens, running into darkness, and suddenly you are facing the spectral Valor again, his armored visage empty of flesh, only the burning embers. Valor, you shall be judged. Very well. As Valor's burning girl's gaze falls upon you, you suddenly feel a strong sense of detachment, almost as if you are stepping back outside of your body. There is a faint whisper crawling within your skull, and suddenly you know that no matter what Valor claims to see, you will only see what you wish him to see. You know that even the simplest of deceptions he must accept. You are a closed book to him. Have you murdered another? No. Yes. Yes, it was my hand. Valor, I think I am responsible for 1,000 deaths of thousands. Perhaps many thousands across the plains. The pillar of skulls has said that whenever I die, another dies in my place. Okay, so if you say that, definitely he's gonna get pissed. Yes, it was my hand, but not my mind. Okay. Should we? I think we chose third option last time, and it resulted in nothing new. Like, resulted in a dialogue tree that didn't really push his inner conflict. We are asking about him, but he has kind of diverted the conversation and like bullied us into like bullied us into like judging our judgment being passed right now. What the hell? No, I have not murdered anyone. Have you ever committed injustice to another? No. Have you ever wronged another? No, I have not. I have never harmed another in all my lifetimes. Yes, many have been wronged by my hand, but I was another person inhabiting this body. You have admitted to the crime. Valor's eyes flare within his helm, and you have a sudden glimpse of a terrible force lacking within his spectral armor. The guilty shall be punished. Sorry, there's some noise here. Okay, yeah. But I've already been punished, Valor. Valor falls still. I will hear of your punishment. Every time I die, Valor, I have lost my memories. I have no self. So, okay. We can kind of plead our, not our guilt, like, yeah, we can convince him what's really happening and maybe he will understand. So that's what's happening here. Velo stares at you, his eyes burning brightly. You feel the same stare as before, the tearing and peeling of skin. Feel a wave of nausea swim through you. Sense of drowning deeper this time, until your vision almost fades to black. You have been punished. The mark of justice is upon you. I see it upon your flesh. Then, know this, there's much that cannot be seen in you. I shall watch you. You have been punished, but will not save you from future punishments for crimes to come. Very well, Valor, we shall consider settle for the moment. I had some questions for you. Okay. It seems let me back out and save once. And try this again, because maybe saying no to him.
Valor.
Just continuously saying no to him is the only way to maybe push him. Because he feels like he gets a handle on things, right? Once we accept our crimes, either by proxy or not by proxy, like since our previous incarnation did the crimes and we accept it in that sense, he kind of ends that conversation. But if we continuously say no, then maybe he has no chance other than to like take a look at himself. So maybe we can do that. Shake off the memory. Velo. Very well. No. 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 Velo stares at you, his eyes burning, drowning deeper. Know this, there is much. It's the same. God damn it. Should we say the fifth option? If that's the case, he's just gonna be pissed. One who does not answer this shall be punished. Okay. Already been punished. Let me ask to him about
What is thy bidding?
himself. Look at yourself. That's not what I asked. Judge. Beyond justice. Take a look at yourself. Yeah, I just directs us back to the previous conversation. Seems like that's not the way to. It's becoming quite artificial at this point. Let's try one more time. How did you die? How did you die? Well, in a manner of speaking, what happened to your physical body? As you are about to speak, there's a strange crawling sensation through the back of your skull. And you suddenly know that Velo doesn't realize he's dead. For some reason, you feel that this revelation could prove extremely dangerous. Okay. So this is the second line of questioning where we get this warning from the game. So let's push on. Velo, what happened to your physical body? I live. While those contempts still require punishment, I live. Valor, you're not really alive. You become a spirit, a specter, a ghost. Okay. You feel alive, Valor. Remove your gauntlet. See if your eyes see skin. Touch your axe to your arm. Does it drop blood? And your eyes, they burn like fire. But can they shed tears? Your spirit remains, Valor, but you're no longer alive. For a moment, just a moment, Velo's eyes flicker. Do you even recall what you once looked like past the armor? Looked like past the armor, Velo. I do. You were once a man of flesh and blood, dark of skin, eyes like fire, numerous scars you bore on your flesh, and many were the justices that were committed in your name. But now that man is dead, and only the tormented shell remains. I remember. Velo's eyes flicker, more erratic than before. His axe falls to his side. The memory is difficult to remember. There was a death, and I have changed. I'm not the one any longer. What am I? I'm not that one any longer. What am I? I don't know, Valor. The man that is Valor is dead. You're something else now. Justice was my cause. The flesh. The flesh could not remain, yet justice needed to be served. There was a death of flesh, but the will would not let go. There were more to be punished, always more. Justice would not have been served by my death. But you did die, Valor, long ago. Now it's time to let go. Then you are only lying to yourself by thinking you live. You're dead, Valor. What justice is served when the servant of justice lies to itself?
Updated my journal.
12,000. Your word seems to echo, gathering power as you speak them. As you do, the embers in Valor's eyes flicker, then gutter out. His armor collapses, the axe and the metal plates clattering to the ground with a crash. As they strike the ground, however, they raise a cloud of dust. Ash and rust particles rising from the metal as the plates and axe age, decay, and disintegrate right before your eyes. As they strike the ground, however, they raise clouds of dust, ash, and rust particles rising from the metal as the plates and axe age, decay, and disintegrate right before your eyes. All that remains are a few pitted metal plates as gravestones that Valor ever existed. Thus, no Valor. Okay, so this is a huge issue. Okay, if this was possible, like one, we can still go and try to do the dungeon simulator and hopefully encounter a Modron as another party member. But not my issue. Like something that I've been keeping in my mind is the fact that Valor has the potential to kill us, same as Ignis, right? And we left Ignis in Cursed. We can't really go back to him. The thing is, like, thing that's I'm kind of annoyed at myself is if we pursue this line of questioning back in Cursed, back in the prison cell where we found him, we could have done that questioning right then and there. Maybe relieved him of this existence right there, you know. And if that happened, we could have picked Ignis and continued our journey. And Ignis still, at least Nameless One in his thoughts and his dialogue with Ignis, has reflected that Ignis has the potential to kill him. I wanted someone with the potential to kill us. We have the blade ourselves, so I think maybe we can, if we want a true that at some point I feel like we would have to do a true death somewhere in the, like, towards the end of the playthrough, right? So maybe having this blade is enough to kill us. Like we can kill us ourselves. That's one thing. Maybe that's the purpose of this blade. If that was not the case, then either Ignis or what's his name, Valor, would have been able to do it for us, permanently kill us off. to preserve the integrity of the playthrough, right? I feel like this is the right decision to do, and I don't want to reload the save and like keep him around for that purpose alone. I
If you need
feel
me, I'll be over here. Bored?
okay, Anna. Yeah, like I feel like I might be missing some interesting dialogue, and because the way he judges the world, the way he has like this
What's the holdup?
very clear principle to judge anything that he sees. That's fascinating to kind of look at. And in the Fortress of Frigates, maybe we would have encountered NPCs or uh, important characters which we can look through his eyes of judgment. Like whatever he says about the new characters would have been fascinating to see or understand, you know. So yeah, it's hmm. I don't want to like the thing is I don't want to game the game. If we, another thing we can I was thinking was like we can switch out maybe Mort or Dakon when we find the Modron party member. Like if I commit to that and try to find the Modron NPC, like the Modron character, then we could have Valor judge the Modron character, because that bit of interaction would have been fascinating to see. The Modrons are lawfully neutral characters, you know. They are like they are probably the embodiment of what Valor is, only that they are not that extreme. Like that is their nature, but they are not like passionately following it. It's just their normal nature. They don't feel good or bad. Like they're not aligned towards good or bad, but they're like purely orderly creatures who understand hierarchy, and their entire life is hierarchy and structure. So those are more drones, and if both of them are in this like within our party, we could have asked Baylor to judge the Modron and see. We could have seen what the dialogue is. That would have been fascinating to see. Now that he's dead, this is such a conundrum. Uh, I feel like I will keep it this way. And next episode, I'll try to visit the dungeon again and try to recruit the Modron. And we'll follow the rest. We'll go through the rest of the game with Modron as our final party member. I feel like Ignis would have been better. If he could have done this in Cursed, I would have done it right then and there. It would have saved Trias, you know. It probably have saved Trias because he wouldn't have been there to kill Trias. We could have kept Ignis with us, but we would have missed out on on uh, dialogue of what Velo says about the Modrons. If we get Modron creatures as our party, in our party. But yeah, that's hmm. Let me read the journal. I think after that, maybe you have time to look
Endure.
at. Okay, because
In enduring, grow strong.
that's fine. Yeah, let's pick all of this up. Let's pick these up. Okay, that's fine. Let's look at the journal. I convinced Velo that he was not alive, that he needed to let go and give up his crusade for justice. My words had a powerful impact, so powerful that he literally died a second death in front of me, his armor and axe disintegrating as he gave up the ghost. Okay. That is fine.
Your path is mine.
Yeah, I think I also got a feedback saying that the circle of Satyamon isn't finished with the seventh circle. There is even more to be discovered there. So, uh, before then, I think we can pursue that also before ending the episode. So let's use the circle of Satyamon. Examine the place to see if you can puzzle out any new combination. As you examine the rings of the seventh circle of Satyamon, you suddenly become aware of a pattern in the way links are formed. You hook your fingers into the sides of the circle and unlock a hidden segment, pulling the plate forward so you can study it. Read the symbols. Know that mind divided divides the man. The will and the hand must be as one. In knowing the self, one becomes strong. Know that if you know a course of action to be true in your heart, do not betray it because a path leads to hardship. Know that without suffering, the rising would have never been, and the people would never have come to know themselves. Okay. If you know where you need to go, do not give up. That's what he's saying. Know that there is nothing in the worlds that can stand against unity. When all know a single purpose, when all hands are guided by one will, and all act with the same intent, the planes themselves may be moved. A divided mind is one that does not know itself. When it is divided, it cleaves the body in two. When one has a single purpose, the body is strengthened. In knowing, the self grows strong. When one has a single purpose, the body is strengthened. Of course. 7 circle, show more, 8 circle. Okay, let's talk to Dakon again. Give me a moment. Sorry. Yeah. Let's talk to Dakon and see if he has anything to add.
What is your will?
Can I talk to you about your teachings? I wish to give my current. I read the Unbroken Circle of Satyamon. I want to speak to you more about the ways of Satyamon, way of Satyamon. What do you come to know? There was an 8 circle with the stone of Satyamon. It spoke of division of the mind and the importance of focus. He already knows about this. He talks about the story of Achali drowning, right? The woman who lost focus and the island just dissipated. The island that he constructed from a will dissipated. It speaks of focus and discipline, about how not knowing oneself can physically divide the man. It also speaks of the weakness that division causes. It seems to me that it tells one to not only know themselves and take strength from that, but that your focus can reveal weaknesses in your enemy. I don't know. It speaks of focus and division, but I haven't found meaning in it. When I come to know its wisdom, I shall share. Okay. Second is silent for a moment. Will you make the circle known to me? Take the Unbroken Circle of Satyamon and unlock the 8 circle. It's fine. Gained item, double experience points. As you take the circle and twist the links, 2 more plates slide from the interior into your hands. As with the 7 circle, you have no idea where they came from, but the Unbroken Circle still seems intact. The 8 circle remains. Dakon watches you silently. There are 2 plates here. We should both study them, I think, you and I. I think you know where. When you know the 8 circle, perhaps then you will know Satyamon's heart. When he made the pronouncement of 2 skies, his words were not those of the illithids, but of the people. Dakon stares at the plates, his eyes flickering on the geometries upon them. They then looks up and matches your gaze. His blade bends, shifts until the shimmering you notice before has become a silver glow. He seems stronger somehow. Know that when death... Okay, he is also leveled up. Great. So you remember last time we did this with Mort when we got the trophy for the achievement for trusting the skull in quotes. He also increased his strength and other aspects permanently. So it seems that's happened to Dakon now that we conveyed it to him. Perhaps then you will know Satyamon's heart when he made the pronouncement of 2 skies. His words were not of the illithids but of the people. Okay. His problem, like Dakon's conflict with what Satyamon said, was primarily that Satyamon decided to divide the people by talking about 2 skies, right? When the Githyanki leader, the woman, I forgot her name, when she wanted to go to war, Satyamon backed out of it and said that there'll be 2 different people from now on, and he let the Githyanki people go to war and Githzerai people to stay with Satyamon's gang. Not gang, with Satyamon under Satyamon. I think that's what he did, right? But then Dakon doubted the truth behind that. Believed that Satyamon's heart might have been corrupted, and that was his conflict. But now with this philosophy of having focus and having an undivided mind, we are rectifying that thought again. We are guiding Dakon to a different understanding. But how is this different? Like, did Satyamon divide the people so that at least one section of the people can maintain undivided, focused mentality, while the people who wanted to go to war can become a separate group and not, not lose focus of like. Is that how the division gives focus? Because he's separating the two people with two different sets of ideals, so that at least two of them can survive separately. If the people are intermingled together, then the whole of the world will be like all of the people would be unfocused and they wouldn't get any results. Is that how this is shining a positive light on Satyamon, right? At least that's what you're seeing here. And I'm trying to understand how Nameless One sees it as that. When we die, Dark One, it shall be the same death. Know that when death comes for you, know that I shall meet its blade with mine. Know that when all dies around you, know I shall live for your sake. When we die, Dark One, it shall be the same death. It shall be the pronouncement of two deaths as one.
Updated my journal.
Closing the circle. Restore Dakon's faith. Oof. Yeah. Let's read the journal. I think my discovery of the eighth circle brought Dakon to a greater understanding of himself and removed the doubt that had afflicted him. I literally watched him shed the coat of years when I told him of the eighth circle. In hearing my words, Dakon made a pronouncement of two deaths as one, where he swore that when death came for me, he would meet its blade with his. Okay. So we have restored his faith. That whole story is so long, and it depends on like it's a historic retelling of things, but then there's the interpretation of Dakon, which is very intricate. Like he is reading these circles and interpreting it in a different way, and that's causing doubt in him. And unlocking the circles like the seventh and eighth circles, we are allowing him to reinterpret it in a way where his faith is restored. But then like as a player, we ourselves have to go through the history and try to understand if it makes sense. Right now the history is slightly I don't remember the entire story, but uh, since it relies on so many interpretations from different perspectives, like it's an interpretation from Nameless One's perspective and uh, Dakon's perspective, and there's also the general interpretation that the Gitsarai are following. So it's becoming a bit confusing what exactly is getting resolved there. I can make an attempt at what it is, but I have to go through the story again to make sense of it. But yeah, at least he's happier now. We got two more spells, I think. Sertimon's focus. Inscribed upon the circle of stone plate is the 8th circle of Sertimon. So this is they'll repeat the lore here. What does the lore? What does the spell do? Copy spell. Let's look at the spell. Sertimon's focus. Range 50 feet. This enchantment helps the target remember Sertimon's teaching on the ways. Sertimon's teaching on the ways to channel one's mental and physical focus during battle. When cast, the recipient's chances for critical attacks are raised for 5 seconds per level of the caster. Right. So I think we can also try to pursue her dialogue. I don't think it will lead anywhere. Yeah, but we'll do that next time. We'll call it an episode here. We'll next episode I think we'll try to visit the dungeon and the dungeon simulator and meet the Modron. Now that we are one party member short, it might do us good to recruit him. That might be a tedious episode. I'll try to cut out all the fighting because it seems like we'll have to clear the. I got a feedback suggesting that we might have to clear the hardest level of the dungeon to get a chance encounter with the NPC that we can recruit there. So that might be tedious. So we will. I'll try to shorten it, and hopefully we have a good run, because it's a random generator, right? The dungeon is like
What's the
it's
hold
random,
up?
it's randomly placed, and it's uh, depending on your luck, it could be you could have a bad run or a good run. So hopefully we have an easy time and we can recruit a new party member. That's one thing to finish. Other than that, I think we have really minimal a set of things to finish before we can go to the Fortress of Regrets. Maybe one or two more episodes. But yeah, we'll pick it up from here next time.